Good morning, folks. We've got minor solar activity up at our star. The solar wind here at Earth produced a minor geomagnetic storm in the overnight hours. We've got 2 more papers on solar control of cycles and 1 on solar modulation of health. This is 171 angstroms, showing considerable umbral magnetic field activity at the sunspots, and we've been eyeing those active regions for flaring. The last day here in 193 angstroms was calmer than the previous one. Minor plasma surges, C-class flares, and the turning out of the coronal hole. Its solar wind stream should be arriving in the next day or 2 and is expected to continue the geomagnetic activity. None of the plasma motions on the sun were titanic the last 24 hours. You can see the minor surges and smaller jets here. About the only thing we had in terms of significant eruptive activity is from the southern Earth-facing plasma filament. You will see it eject southward here after tearing out of the corona. Its southward ejection is taking it away from our planet. The solar wind took a re-intensification off the trailing edge of that CME that began its weak impact yesterday morning. This one was able to produce a brief KP5 geomagnetic storm. Most prominent impacts were enhanced aurora. We expect the coronal hole stream to reinvigorate this geomagnetic activity when it arrives in the next 48 hours, and we are also watching the sunspots, including keeping an eye on the south, where we expect the sunspot that unleashed the eruption we saw in yesterday's show to be coming into view later today. First article is one that notices all the decadal and centennial scale solar cycles having a climate control, but going all the way back to the Triassic period. Gotta say, it likely takes quite a bit of good science to spot those in remnants from algae blooms that long ago. Good one up next on the longer cycles of 500, 1,000, and longer in this one, where the sun is seen controlling major oscillations and their impacts from precipitation to sedimentation out of rivers, etc. Lastly, on the article front, leave it to the Russians, who have dominated the solar health correlations papers for the last 40 years, showing the connection between solar activity and childhood leukemia and lymphomas, building on several good previous works in the field there. Looking forward to seeing several of you on Saturday for the Cheyenne event. Last couple days to get tickets here at the link below the video. We greatly appreciate your support. The tickets, our books, our playlists, and much more is found at those links below the video in the description box. Subscribe and we'll do this all again tomorrow. Right here, but right now at 6 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.